Mahigit 3 dekada na ang nakalipas na ang ating bansa ay nakaranas ng matinding kahirapan at kawalan ng hanap buhay. Ang mga Pilipino ay nasadlak sa matinding kahirapan at gutom at bunga ng desperasyon sa kawalan ng hanap buhay at oportunidad dito sa ating bansa. Pikit matang sinuong ang hirap, bighati at matinding kalungkutang makipagsapalaran sa ibayong dagat. Marami sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino ang lumikas ng bansa upang hanapin ang kapalaran sa banyagang lupain, malayo sa kinagisnang klima at kultura. Sila ang tinagurian nating mga OFW o Overseas Filipino Workers. Mga manggagawang sa kabila ng matinding hamon sa buhay ay pinipilit na itaguyod ang sarili sa napakalayong lupain. Pinilit tiisin ang lungkot sa pagkawalay sa mga mahal sa buhay at naging dahilan din ng pagkawasak nito. Marami ding mga kwento ng tagumpay ang ating nasaksihan, ngunit masigit ang nakaranas ng kabiguan at mas nakakalungkot ang kamatayan, dulot ng pagmamalupit ng kanilang mga amo. Sino nga ba ang makakalimot sa kwento ni Flor Contemplacion at di mabilang na nakadudurog na kwento ng ating mga domestic helpers sa mga bansang Arabo? Marami sa ating mga OFW ay umuwing bigo, wasak ang pamilya, walang naipundar, baon ng pighati at kasawian. Marami din ang naging biktima ng human trafficking, mga hindi dokumentadong manggagawang ipinuslit sa ating bansa na pinangakuan ng magandang buhay sa ibang bansa ang nasadlak sa unjust labor practices at slavery. At sa pagnanais na maisalba ang sarili at pamilya, ay sinusuong ang mga iligal na gawain tulad ng droga at prostitusyon. Ang kanilang kwento ay sumasalamin sa masakit na katotohanan ng buhay, na napakababa ng tingin ng ilang lahi sa ating mga Pilipino. Pilipino ay tinuturing na alipin, aliping pinagsasamantalahan at walang pantay na karapatan. Ang masakit pa ay ang katotohanang mga kapwa Pilipino din ay nagsasamantala sa kalagayang ito ng ating mga OFW. Ang pamahalaan sa nakaraang mga administrasyon ay tila naging bulag, pipi at bingi sa mga hinaing ng ating mga kababayang OFW. Ang mga ahensya ng pamahalaang inaasahang magtataguyod sa kanilang mga hinaing ay nagkulang sa kanilang mga tungkulin. Ang turing na bagong bayani ng bayan sa ating mga OFW ay tila isa lamang pakonsuelo sa malaking kakulangan ng mga nagdaang administrasyon. Masakit ang katotohanan sa kabila ng pagsalba sa ekonomiya ng ating bansa sa pamamagitan ng remittances ay ang napakalaki pa ring kakulangan ng ating pamahalaan sa pagtugon sa mga isyu ng OFWs. At dahil dito, ilang grupo ng mga OFWs ang nagsusulong ng pagbabago. Ang OFW ay may kapangyarihang hindi natin mapapasubalian. Isipin mo, kung titigil ang mga ito sa pagpapadala ng pera dito sa Pilipinas, paano makakabangon ang ating ekonomiya sa krisis na ating binabalikat? Ang kawalan ng matibay o konkretong solusyon sa mga problema ng OFWs ay nagbunsod sa mga ito upang isulong ang Department of OFW, isang sangay ng pamahalaang tututok sa mga hinaing, problema at issues na para sa mga OFW lamang. Ngunit ang panukalang ito ay tila malabo pa sa kasalukuyan. Narito na ang solusyon, narito na ang sistema ng pagbabago para sa mga OFW. Ito ang POWERS o ang Philippine Overseas Workers Economic Reform System. Oo, POWERS. Dahil ang mga OFWs ay powerful, meron silang kapangyarihang baguhin ng bansa, meron silang kapangyarihang palitan ng sistema. Ang POWERS ang sagot sa dekadang hinaing ng ating mga OFW. Ito ang magbibigay ng kasiguruhan at kapanatagan sa mga nag-aalinlangan. Ilan sa mga programang tutugunan ng POWERS ay Emergency Medical Assistance, Legal Assistance, Repatriation Services and Assistance, Educational Assistance or Scholarship for Dependents, Health Insurance, Law to Zero Interest Loan, Housing Program, Balikbayan Package, Paid Travel and Leisure Package, Retirement and Death Benefits. Kaya tara na sa POWERS, maging isang miyembro at maniguro. POWERS ang sagot sa problemang OFW.
What is POWERS? It stands for Philippine Overseas Workers Economic Reform System. POWERS should be an independent agency under the executive branch, but that is not subject to the direct control of the chief executive, just like other commission. It has its own unique and independent policies and has its own operating body to serve for the welfare of the OFWs and run by no other than OFWs. POWERS has been created as a result of a decade-long neglected interests and dissatisfactory services for OFW by state agencies and shall be never linked with the said agencies. Powers shall cover and include, but not limited to, health, education, employment, insurance, repatriation, and other OFW concerns. The Philippine Overseas Workers Economic Reform System is an independent, non-partisan organization geared with goal and results-oriented individuals with a steadfast and impartial commitment to create a lasting positive change in the lives of the overseas Filipino workers and its families, guided by the virtues of honesty, integrity, and upward morality. Powers seeks to protect and promote the welfare of the overseas Filipino workers, empower the OFWs and its families by delivering social services excluded in their work contract and those that cannot be provided by their host country, foster unity and cooperation among the members towards the attainment of the common goal, and develop a stronger sense of patriotism for greater nation building. Philippine Overseas Workers Economic Reform System is aimed specifically to deliver related assistance to the OFWs who are victims of maltreatment, exploitation, and abuses, and offer support for repatriation if necessary. To provide financial and technical assistance for the returning OFWs who are victims of abuses, aim to establish their own income-generating and sustainable livelihood projects. To improve the living condition of the OFWs and their family who are prey to injustices by establishing programs and projects that suit their skills and capabilities. To narrow the gap between the privileged and the underprivileged by providing necessary social services responsive to the specific needs of every OFWs around the world. To elevate awareness of this advocacy and offer support to the related ones. To assist the Philippine government and other agencies and instrumentalities in delivering basic services and privileges for the OFWs. Membership and powers may come in two ways. One, by compulsory registration upon processing of employment contracts of OFWs at the POEA, and by voluntary registration through on-site or through electronic registration. Amount of contribution and effectivity of membership. Membership shall be effective upon payment of membership contribution in the amount of $60 annually or its equivalent in the prevailing peso rates. These fees can also be paid semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. Membership shall be for a period of 30 years, commencing from the first day of the month to which the member's initial contribution to the OFW fund applies, provided that the member shall have contributed a total of 360 monthly contributions of the time of the maturity. Termination of membership. Membership shall be terminated anytime upon the occurrence of any of the following, provided that the member's financial obligations with the OFW fund are first fully settled. Membership term maturity, death, retirement, permanent total disability or insanity, and other causes as may be provided for by the Board of Trustees. Powers shall consist of the following: Executive Board, which consists of Chief Executive Officer, Deputy Commissioner for Management, Deputy Commissioner for Services, Chief of Finance, Chief of Budget Management, Chief of Audit, Chief of Welfare and Assistance, Labor Attaché, legal officer, and the regional representatives. Funds. Independent funds must be coming from the initial membership fees and duly constituted contributions. Dependent funds can be acquired from the lawful appropriation of the executive department. Aid and benefits. There are two groups of benefits. One is the basic benefits. Consists of emergency medical assistance, legal assistance, repatriation services, and assistance. And for the premium benefits, 1. Educational assistance or scholarship for dependents, health insurance, paid travel and leisure package, low to zero interest loans, housing programs, balikbayan package, retirement and death benefits. Retirement. Any member shall be compulsorily retired upon reaching age 65. The member may, however, opt to retire earlier upon the membership term maturity. Permanent total disability. The following disabilities shall be deemed total and permanent. Temporary total disability lasting continuously for more than 120 days. Complete loss of sight of both eyes. Loss of two limbs at or over the ankle or wrist. Permanent complete paralysis of two limbs. Brain injury resulting in incurable imbecility or insanity. Such other cases which are adjudged to be total and permanent disability by a duly licensed physician and approved by the board. The OFW Fund. The OFW Fund is a private fund held in trust by the powers. Being a trust fund, no portion thereof or any of its income, dividends, or earnings shall accrue to the general fund of the national government. Neither shall any amount or portion thereof be conjoined with the government money, nor revert to the national government. In the same manner, it is exempted from the one fund doctrine of the government. Purpose of the OFW Fund. The OFW Fund can only be used for the purposes for which it was created. That is, to serve the welfare of member OFWs and their families, which shall include the financing of core programs and services of the powers. No funds shall be withdrawn from the OFW Fund to respond, aid, supplement, or in any manner augment any required expenditure by other government agencies. Source of the OFW Fund. The OFW Fund is the sum total of the amounts under the management and fiscal administration of the board and the secretariat, including the $60 contributions that shall accrue to the fund as fees, investment, and interest income, and income from other sources. Appropriation from the national government. Appropriation from the national government is a lump sum representing the responsibility of the national government for the continued operations and maintenance of the powers, shall be included in the Annual General Appropriations Act. Congress shall annually appropriate the necessary amount to meet the funding requirement for personal services and the maintenance and other operating expenses of powers. Nothing shall prevent the national government from allocating funds for the operation or implementation of any of the programs or services stated herein, including the budget for capital outlay. Philippine Overseas Workers Economic Reform System. For the OFW, by the OFW.